Hey there, this is Denise with Modern Priscilla Tarot. Welcome back to my channel. I'm so glad you're all here. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit subscribe. I never want you to miss out. Plus, it really helps me out, so I greatly appreciate it. All right, my friends, we are doing a pick a card. And today we are going to be looking for messages from your ancestors. We want to see what kind of messages, what kind of lessons, what kind of things that our ancestors might be telling us are important to focus on. So let's take a look and see what we can get. I have 3 decks set out here today. I have the Tarot in Wonderland, I have the Everyday Witch, and I have the Steampunk Tarot. Each deck is accompanied by a stone. Here I have a black onyx. Very cool shape too, isn't it? Look at that, neat. Here I have a clear quartz, a tumbled clear quartz. Isn't that neat? Here's a point, here's a tumble. Isn't that neat? And then here on the steampunk, I have a red jasper. Look at that, isn't that cool? All right, so we've got 3 decks, 3 stones, and we are going to create 3 piles. What I'm going to do, I am going to live shuffle. Then I will be setting out these 3 piles and inviting you to select one that is calling your name. Well, I guess that being said, let's just get started. Okay, here we are. We have pile number 1, pile number 2, and pile number 3. Now what I'm going to ask you to do is calm your mind. Think of the question, what messages are there from my ancestors? If you have a specific person that you are wanting to connect with, think of that person. Think about what messages might be in store for you. Select your pile. If you need more time, please feel free to pause the video. Let's get started. Pile number 1. All right, pile 1. Let's see what kind of messages you might be getting from your ancestors. All right. All right. Now, I'm seeing that your ancestors are definitely telling you to keep moving forward. Keep moving forward. Your ancestor or ancestors, I'm not sure if you have a specific person in mind, but either way, the message is that, again, move forward. You're going to need to, you might be having some kind of situation where you are afraid to make a decision or kind of hesitant to move forward. Well, this card is here to say it's time to move forward. It's also, though, putting in a little message about making sure that you are planning and thinking. Don't just jump ahead without doing a little bit of strategizing. Notice cards are all about symbolism, guys. So notice that our Alice here is planning a croquet move, right? And it's the Chariot. The Chariot moves quickly. So we've also got the planning stage along with the movement. So this is our energy card. So this is the strongest energy that the cards are picking up on, and it will influence each of our other cards. So the main theme here is, yes, it's time to move forward. Make sure you plan. Now here, this one here, this is our King of Swords. The King of Swords is another strategy card. So remember what I said, this is kind of like a clarifier for each of these. So we've got 2 planning cards, 2 strategy cards. So this is very important. It's coming through twice here, that you need to be really planning it. Move forward. It says stop holding yourself back and do it. Do whatever it is you're thinking about or you're needing to do, or that something that might be coming up here in the near future that you need to do. And the advice here, other than strategy, obviously that's coming through strong, but the rest of the advice from this card is to be careful to pull back your emotions so that you're able to make clear decisions. Whatever this decision is, or the decision that's coming up for you, might be a little bit of an emotionally charged situation. And this is here to say, don't let that emotion get in your way. Don't let emotion get in your way. Here we have the Strength card. This is a reason why you shouldn't let the emotion get in the way when you make this decision and move forward. Your ancestors are here to tell you how strong you are. Your ancestors are trying to give you kind of like a confidence boost, an energy boost, a strength boost, that you have people there who you may not see, you may not know that they're there, you may not feel them, but they are either there or sending you energy, or however it is that you like to kind of interpret the afterlife. They are there supporting you. This is what this card means. Very clearly, cut and dry. They are there for you. And this card here, this is our Six of Swords. The Six of Swords. Swords are about thoughts and ideas. Your ancestors, remember I said, move on, but plan. Here's another plan, but pull back your emotions. Don't let your emotions stop you. Here, the Strength card, you are strong and you have people on your side. Your ancestors or ancestor, they're there supporting you. And then this is saying, perhaps what it is that's holding you back, or the part that's going to be emotionally charged, is this is going to potentially involve some kind of baggage that you're carrying. I'm not getting a real clear sign as to what is the baggage. Like, is it emotional, or is it, work or money, or, I'm not getting which of those things it would be, but it is definitely saying you're carrying something with you that is dragging you back. Dragging you down, holding you back. And in order to move and plan, first of all, in order to move, you got to drop the baggage. In order to drop the baggage, you got to plan. So that way you don't keep repeating. Because, baggage is a tricky beast. Baggage is sneaky. Baggage affects all of us, thoughts, ideas, things like that. So it's not unusual. But your ancestors are here to tell you that either you have a decision already that you already might know, otherwise, something is coming up soon. This is my near future spread. So this would be something either here or on the horizon. So let's take a look at our cut card. This is the energy outcome, or an additional message. We've got a couple really clear things, and I think this is really awesome. Just knowing that people are there on your side. Let's see what the cut card is. Okay, ready? The Fool. Oh boy. Okay. So this is telling me whatever decision you're making here, or that you're about to be making, is something that's going to be a pretty significant change. This is about a new adventure, and you just going ahead and taking that adventure. Look at Alice and her cat. They're running through and they're going to jump right in. She's not seeing it. It's not that she doesn't see that, oh, there's a hole and then I fell down it. She's literally looking into it and jumping in willingly and almost looking excited, right? So with some planning, with the confidence of knowing that they're there, there are people there to help you, or a person from your from someone who's passed, and dropping your baggage, pull out your emotion, you can safely take that new adventure with confidence, because you have the strength to do it. You have planned, you've thought about it, you're getting rid of emotional baggage, and now you are free. You have people who are, if I can pick it up, there we go, who are supporting you, who are there. You are not alone, and this decision is going to be a good decision. Again, that advice, though, remember, you got to keep this in mind. You got to keep moving, even when it seems hard, or even when it seems emotionally charged. And the trick is going to be for you is to make sure you pull your emotion out of it and stay confident. Ooh, pile one. This one was really clear. I got chills on that. Ooh, tell me what you think. Did you have somebody in mind who you were trying to connect with, or are you just kind of thinking about ancestors in general? I'm dying to know. Leave me a comment. Let me know. I'd love to hear what you're thinking. And of course, please make sure you hit subscribe on your way out. It is so important for me. And I also would not want you to miss out on a video. All right, my friend. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. Pile number 2. All right, pile 2. What messages are from your ancestors? Now, I don't know if you have a specific ancestor in mind, or if you're just thinking about general messages. But if you are thinking about a specific person, try to keep them in your mind. Okay, so this card here is our energy card. This is the strongest message that the tarot is picking up on. So let's take a look and see what we've got. We've got the Sun card. Now, this is all about happiness. This is a card coming through from your ancestors telling you to find what truly makes you happy. You have potentially got a little bit of a burnout situation going on now with something, whether it's your relationship, whether it's your general personal life, whether it's work. You know, you're feeling, this is implying that you might be feeling a little bit burnt out from something, or you might feel just a little kind of burdened down, and you know, not wanting to really pay it much attention, you know, think whatever that is, whether it's your life or your work or whatever, you're just kind of feeling stuck. This is saying that, you know what, find what truly makes you happy. You have a lot of talent. You have a lot of talent. And in fact, there are talents that you haven't even realized yet that are about to emerge. If you really kind of, you know, move past that burnout. You know, everybody gets burnt out. I get burnt out on all kinds of things all the time. But, you know, once you have like a little glimmer of hope, a little glimmer of sun coming in, it kind of refuels you. It re-energizes you. And this card is here to re-energize you. Yeah, I mean, now that's the energy card, so it will be applying to each of our other cards as kind of like a clarifier, so it will influence things. The Sun is a wonderful energy no matter how you look at it. It's all about optimism, happiness, success, and that kind of a thing. So no matter how you apply it, it is definitely a good card. All right. So here we've got a couple things going on. We've got our Empress card and we have our Queen of Pentacles. The Empress. Now, the Empress is all about kind of growing new things, growing ideas. Now, it also is a card that pops up for pregnancy. So I'm not sure, since you and I aren't sitting right across from each other, if you are looking to get pregnant, if you are trying to expand your family, this is a great card to pop up, and it would be kind of an indicator to you that, you know, things, what you're doing right now, if you're trying, wait a minute, let me back up. I'm getting ahead of myself. If you're trying to get pregnant and it's not happening, or you know, whatever, you need to try something different. That's what this is saying. Emerging talents. Now, obviously, we all know what kind of talent it takes to get pregnant, right? But maybe that's your talent. No, I'm just, that's funny. Maybe it is, but anyway, the talents that you have, you know, which could include getting a new doctor, trying new things, changing the way you eat, you know, you know what I'm saying, taking your temperature, you know, whatever that looks like for you. If you're trying to get pregnant, your ancestors are here to tell you you will get pregnant, but you got to switch it up. Okay. If you're not trying to get pregnant and that does not apply to you, then this would be not about a baby growing in there. You see the pregnant witch here? Not a baby, but an idea, a project, something that you're trying to grow. Now, are you trying to, you know, grow your own your personal growth? Is that something you're working on? Are you working on a career move, a school move, you know, gaining an education, finding a new field? Are you trying to save money for something like a house? These are the things I'm talking about, growing that. Whatever you're doing is working and taking you to the next level, but you do need to consider trying some new things in there. You are getting there. but it is important that you incorporate some new ideas. You have emerging talents. You need to be thinking out of the box a little bit. Now, if it's a pregnancy issue, of course, that's with your doctor. But if it's an idea or a project, then that's totally within your control, right? So this is about taking a look at what you've been doing and making sure to really be forward thinking. Not just getting excited and planning those initial phases and then getting bored and moving on. This is saying you need to stick to things a little more. I'm not sure, maybe you can tell me, do you have a tendency to come up with ideas and not follow through, or get bored, or let other things get in the way and let things get dropped by the wayside? This is what this card is saying. Again, if it's an idea or a project, you're trying to accomplish something, the real strong message is make sure that you are following through. This is what this is saying too. So let me move on, but we've got a couple things saying that, so it's very strong. If it is about a pregnancy, this would mean, again, get with your doctor, try something different. You might even need just to change the way you eat, things like that. Now, I am not a doctor, so don't take my advice on that. I just am suggesting there might be simple adjustments that you might need to make. So don't go into this thinking it's some horrible, dastardly thing you're going to have to do. If it's a project or something you're working on, then this is very strongly saying make sure you follow through on it. That you might have an issue with that, right? This says the same thing. This is the death of an idea and wanting to move on to something new. This says cutting through what you already think and that and being open to new things. Ideas and thoughts, this is all incorporated in the Suit of Swords. This is the 10. So this is the end of the journey. Think about it. It goes ace to 10. Ace is the beginning, the new start, and then the 10 is the completion, the getting there, the journey, right? So this is saying like what you've been doing just isn't working. What you're doing is probably not, you might have, I'm not trying to jump all over, but you might have an exact idea. If this is a project, you must know exactly what I'm talking about. And if you don't, you're going to. This is my near future spread. So it's a new project that's on its way pretty quickly, or you're already working and establishing something. So you probably already know what you've tried or what's been working, or upon reflection, you can say, yeah, that didn't work, or I'm not getting ahead, I'm spinning my wheels. This is saying your ancestors are telling you what you're wanting to achieve, project or pregnancy, is possible. It is going to happen. You need to have confidence. You have the Sun card as your energy. The only advice, though, is in order to make that happen, in order to step in the sun and say, I've completed my project, I have what I want, I'm pregnant now, I have what I want, whichever applies to you. In order to do that, you either A, need to get with your doctor and try something different, or if pregnant, or if it's a project, you need to really think out of the box, because there are emerging talents here, something that you can do that you're not realizing you're good at. Ooh, okay, let's see what our outcome card is, because this might give us a little more clue as to what that is. Let's see what we've got. Now, this is the cut card, so this is the middle of the deck, and we're going to take a look and see. Ready? Go. The Hermit. Okay. So our energy, this is talking about this is saying keep following your own, path. You're going to be hearing something maybe from people saying you're doing it wrong. Maybe you should do it this way. This is saying you have this, these talents, this stuff that's coming through. You are capable, and you might be hearing other people saying things like, you should do it this way, you should do it that way, I don't like this, I like this, whatever. You should always say, advice. This is how I think of advice. Advice is like an apple that somebody's handing you, right? Like if someone comes to your door, like think of the witch in Snow White. The witch comes and says, here's an apple. You don't have to take the poison apple, right? You can say, no thanks, like that. Now, I'm not saying all advice is poison apple, but what I'm saying is you should pick up the apple, look at it and go, okay, do I want to eat this, or is it poison? I don't know. Or do I just not want it, or whatever? You don't have to keep the apple if that's the advice, the apple. See what I'm saying? So you don't have, it means they're trying to help, but you don't have to take the help if you don't agree with it, right? So this is saying that, you need to stay kind of on your own thinking about this. Pregnancy, though, you do need to involve your doctor. That's very clear. But, excuse me, the following your own path, in order to do that, sometimes you need to take a step back and really look at things, because sometimes we can't tell what the chatter in our head is. Is it somebody else's advice that we're listening and getting tripped up on? Or is it our own doubts? Is it in our head? Are we tripping up on our own thoughts? This is here to remind you that you don't need to feel like you're stuck. You don't need to feel hesitant. You don't need to feel afraid. You can do it. And that's what this is saying as well. So our starting and our end point are saying the same thing. And then here it's almost like a sandwich, right? Our starting and our ending. And then all of this talks about how to handle that new project or something that you're already working on. Again, you have to determine that. Please let me know. I'm dying to see which applies to you. Drop a comment. Let me know. And if you're trying to get pregnant, this is looking really good. Yeah. So drop a comment. Let me know. Let me know what you think of the reading. And of course, before you head out, please make sure you hit subscribe. I never want you to miss out on a video. And plus, it really helps me out, and I'd really appreciate it. All right, my friend. Thank you so much for letting me read for you. Pile number 3. All right, pile 3. Let us see what we've got for you. What kind of messages are from your ancestors? Now, if you have a specific ancestor in mind, keep them in your mind. That didn't make sense, did it? If you're thinking, keep them in your mind. I think you knew what I meant. And let's see what kind of messages there might be for you. This card here is my energy card. So this is the card that will be the strongest message coming through, and it will also kind of influence the rest of our cards. All right, so what have we got? We've got the Devil card. Now, first and foremost, I want to say, don't worry, the devil is not like the devil. Blah. No, it's not. It's not evil or anything like that, okay? This is a message to you to tell you you have some power that you are not using. Are you being a little passive right now? Are you feeling incapacitated because you have so much resentment that's kind of built up about something that's going on in your life or against a person? You have more power than you realize, and you can't allow other people's thoughts and feelings and desires influence what you're doing to the point of feeling resentful or doing things you don't want to do. This is a card that shows you are holding back. You have power, you have energy, you have passion, you can do it, whatever that is. So I don't know, you might be able to say, okay, that applies to a very specific thing that you have in your mind right now, or that you can think of. Or it could just be a general sense giving you that confidence shot in the arm saying, you know what, don't be passive. Don't be passive. Maybe something's coming up here in the near future. My spread right here is the near future. So if this isn't something you can kind of think, well, I don't know, then it means something must be coming up right now that you might be feeling kind of stifled, or like you don't have power, like you can't say something that you need to say. You can't do something that you feel like you want to do. This is saying, hell yeah, you can. This is saying you can. Woo, that's a good, strong energy. Okay, so let's see what these are. We've got our King of Pentacles here. This message here is telling you that you might be, with this as our clarifier, you know, using your power, your stored talents and things like that, and being more assertive. Our King of Pentacles is also saying, you know, people think you're a kind person. People recognize you as somebody they can go to for perhaps for advice, for help, or even just for confidence. Just being around you, you know, might make them feel kind of like a boost. Well, what happens when people, that's a wonderful thing. I'm not saying it's not. But what happens when we're feeling, you know, when everybody else seems to come to you for problems or for advice, or even just to be around you and you're feeling like immersed, you're feeling exhausted by everybody else's energy, needing things. This is saying stand up. You can still be a helpful person. You can still be there to be a sounding board for your friends, your family, your workmates, whoever that is. But this is saying, stand out, or stand up, I mean, and remember that you are just as important. Your issues are just as important. Your problems are just as important. Your successes are just as important. So don't allow yourself to be overshadowed by somebody else. Oh my. Okay. And then here we have temperance. This is our balance card about harmony. This talks about again, we're talking about letting resentments go, getting our power back. This is another card that says, let resentments go. Give that up. You know what? My mom, who is very wise, she's also a tarot reader. She has been for over 30 years. She always says, give up all hope for a better past. Isn't that so true? You can't go back in time unless you have a time machine in your front yard that, you're super cool, first one in the whole world. Unless you have a time machine, you can't go back and change things. You can't make it different. The only thing we can do with our past is take lessons. And, memories and things are all good when they're positive, but negative memories have a way of being very pervasive. And, we can't change it though. So we need to accept it, even if we screwed up on something. Okay, we did. But what did we learn from it? And let's go on, right? We've got 2 cards saying that, honey. So whatever it is you might be holding on to, you need to let go of. And your ancestors are here helping you do that. They are here supporting you. This is the 6 of Pentacles. This talks about, helping somebody. And it's kind of like an exchange. Your ancestor, look at the imagery in this card. Imagine that this is one of your ancestors, just imagine. And then these little kids represent you. They're there to help you. They're there to say, you've got everything you need. If you need somebody to be in the figurative, holding your hand kind of thing, they're there. They're there for you. This is really clear about stepping into your power. Let's get an outcome card. Step into your power. Letting resentments go. Those are really strong, huh? All right, so let's see what the middle card is. This is our cut card. This is either another message or a sum up. Ready? Boom. 9 of Pentacles. This is about this. If I had to write one thing on this card, it would be success. This is our success card. Another thing this pops up for is to tell you, excuse me, to tell you to enjoy the little things in life. Sometimes we all get overwhelmed looking at the big picture, right? Like it's almost like a big bite to chew when we're looking at the big picture. Take smaller bites. Enjoy the little things. That's the way to kind of, let go of things. When we're enjoying things, we can't think about what we don't like when we're experiencing things we do like, right? Keep putting little things in your life that you do enjoy by watching the little things. Sometimes the things I think about is I love the way my shampoo smells or something like that. Doesn't have to be huge, enjoy the little things. Huge message though for you is just to be stepping into your power, releasing, any kind of resentments that you've been holding on for. Your ancestors are here to help, and enjoy the little things in life to help propel you forward. Ooh, pile 3. Let me know. I'm dying to see what this means to you. Please drop a comment. Give me some insight. Give me some feedback. I'd love to hear from you. And of course, please make sure you hit subscribe on your way out. It really helps me out, and I never want you to miss out on a video. Thank you so much for letting me read for you.